Hey there YouTube! Today I'm replacing a blower motor and resistor on my brother-in-law's 96 Chevy 2500. And it's normally located right here under the dash. And there's a couple bolts holding in place depending on your model. One thing that I'm going to do to make this a little easier is remove my glove box. And if you look here on the right side, there's a rubber bumper and there's another one on the left. So all you do is you squeeze that in and it should come right out. So you just squeeze them at the same time. The glove box will come down like this. Now on some models there might be a plastic strap holding it in place. On this one it looks like it's already been removed. So once you have that out of the way, you'll be able to see the last couple screws that hold it in. Now when you remove the blower motor, it has a couple flat segments and some that are rounded. You may have to turn it to one side or the other to get it to clear this section of the dash. So I'm going to go get my replacement blower motor and start putting it in. So here's my new blower motor. I've just started to slide it into place here. I had to turn it a little bit to clear that little section of the dash. And I've got it lined up. So when I slide it into place, there should be a couple locking pins here. Something like that. Maybe a little bit to the left. There we go. So there's one screw hole up here on the top, that one on the left. There's one there. One down here in the lower right corner. And then one up towards the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put my screws back in. One for grounding and just the rest where they were on the old motor. And one thing to note on this particular model, the power spade here is in a different location. It was on the left hand side on the old blower motor. So I'll go ahead and tighten that up and start filming again. So now that I've got my blower motor in place, I've reattached my wires. You can see there's one ground there, then my power wire. Now I'm going to move on to replacing the resistor, which I believe is located up here in the AC ducting. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these two little screws here. I believe they are 7mm or 9/32, and then we'll see what we can see. So I've taken the two screws out and removed this relay. Disconnects with just a clip on the top right here, and then disconnected the two anchors for these wiring harnesses here. You could probably disconnect them if you want to. Now if we look way back in there, is the resistor. I'm going to get a light here. So there's the resistor up on top there. You can see there's a screw on that side, and then one more there. You'll need a pretty low profile ratchet to fit. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the plug there, take my screws out and check it out. Okay, so I've got my new resistor in here now. Now the way I did that is I angled it with the coils facing out to the left. Just kind of squeezed it very tightly between the air conditioning ducts here and the top, that wire conduit, and just kind of squeezed it through and then turned it around once I was in there and dropped it through the hole. Now I'm assuming this is like every other piece of equipment with a filament that I've seen, in that you probably shouldn't touch them or they'll most likely burn out. So be very careful not to get any oils, grease, dust, etc. on it. So I've got it in there. Now I'll put my screws back in and reconnect my wires. So I've got my blower motor and resistor back in place and closed everything up. Now we're going to go ahead and test it. So I'll put the key in the ignition here. There's low, medium, higher, highest. Now it works on all settings. So we're good to go.